Let's get another question here. This one was sent to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com. If this is indeed his real name, from Sean in San Antonio, Texas.
Well, it sounds reasonable to me.
Hello, Jim and Brian. I've been a listener of your show for well over a year now. My question is for Jim. I know when AEW or WWE book a no DQ match or something in the like, you'll say, lazy booking. Now, I know what this means, but for your new listeners, they may not know. And as the cult of Cornette continues to grow, could you explain what lazy booking means?
Oh, good Lord. As briefly and succinctly as possible, obviously, there is a place for a no disqualification match in wrestling or a stipulation match where the rules are relaxed or even eliminated. Anything goes. One man must be a winner, right? That's a blow-off match or a match very late in a program, a rivalry. I forgot I used the word program, a feud or rivalry. It's a program. It's a program between two entities. A series of matches is a program. You don't start out with putting them in a cage or a fucking Texas death match or a goddamn street fight, because where do you go from there? If you start out with a street fight and you end up with a one-fall match with a time limit, are you going in the right direction? No, it's opposite. It's backwards. So there are obviously places and reasons to have all those wild stipulations, generally when it'll sell a ticket or draw a rating or draw pay-per-view buy or whatever the case. But when you do them constantly, incessantly, over and over, in places where they're not even apropos or called for, and you do them with everybody, then not only does it trivialize and minimalize the impact of each of those stipulation matches, and it lessens the impact that they have when anybody does them, top talent, mid-card talent, or whatever. But it's also just a sign that you're so lazy and uncreative with your booking that you can't figure out a way to start guys off in a program and get them to the point where it might be called for to have a no disqualification, Texas death, chain, strap, brass knucks, whatever the case match. You just do it right at the start because you can't think of any other better way to start this story. Can't think of any other better way to hook people than to have them watching somebody bashing each other over the head with blunt instruments from the start of the thing. Even a action adventure movie starts out with the hero in his backyard in fucking swim trunks, sunbathing, and meanwhile over across the world, the antagonist or the heel is or the guy that he's going to be fighting is somewhere getting into some mischief, and then later on the fireworks happen when they come together. But so lazy bookies, because that's what the chaos fan wants. That's what the mark wants out of wrestling. Is just nonstop, chaotic activity, violence, blood, and bullshit. Like is talked about in the USA Network survey from 25 years ago, some things never change. People who have a passing knowledge of something and don't really follow it closely just like to see mayhem. So you give them mayhem. You're lazy. You don't give them any reason to be hooked into the individuals or the reason why that they're mad at each other. You're just going straight to the car wreck. That's lazy booking. Did I articulate that some of the new listeners might be able to pick up on it, Brian?